Yo, yo. What's good? Investigating some bug reports here. Ah, classic. Thank you for letting me know. I have not done anything to this, so that's pretty epic. All right, I set it to public now, so you guys should be good. Thanks for the report. What the fuck? Why? Today, I'm doing pretty well. Got some extra sleep, which I didn't necessarily need, but I'm not going to complain about. I actually woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to use the bathroom because I drank too much water before bed. That, if I had avoided that, I probably would have woken up at the requisite time, but whatever. I have a short day at work today because all of the, like normally I'm used to working 6 hours a day and then on Sundays working 7 hours a day, but for a while they've cut my hours so that they cut off an hour by 1, so I couldn't work until the latest time that I usually work. We have to close an hour early instead. That's been there for like a month and a half now, I think, if not more. So I've been enjoying it in a sense because I get to come home an hour early, which means I get to, you know, maybe spend some more time with my family or, you know, make some food or whatever, you know, do stuff that I couldn't really do before. But, you know, my paycheck hurts for it. And now, for this week only, they're cutting it out so that we're actually losing a total of 3 hours, because 3. So that would mean that my normal shifts, which usually start at 3, because 3, would only be 3 hours long. So I had to extend them 1 hour earlier for this week only. So that's been kind of annoying. But that means that I'll be working 4-hour shifts for this week, all the way up until Sunday, so a week from yesterday, basically. And then after that, presumably, it'll go back to normal. But I don't know if normal means the 1 hour cut or normal means actually all the hours I used to get. It's just been, like, because I always work closings, because that's what works for me, so that I can stream in the mornings, I've been uniquely impacted by this. Because I literally just, I mean, I could just not stream, but who the fuck wants to not stream? I mean, come on. find our errors here. iQuire still sending me stuff through Discuck instead of uploading it to SourceTree. SMH. It's okay. He'll figure that one out eventually. While I'm waiting for iQuire to send me the right files, I will go ahead and... Oh. That's pretty funny. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop into here. And... test this thought process out here. Yeah, that definitely does not happen to me. Well, I got no idea. Mod streams are the only consistent thing in your routine? Yeah. Well, that is actually one of those things that I'm not trying to put on hero pants when I say this. Like, I'm not trying to like pump myself up as something more than I am. I'm really, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a guy who makes content and publicates the making of that content. That's my claim to fame. But knowing that I can always come on and around the same time every single day, and knowing that like some people can build their routine around that in some capacity, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's kind of neat that people have the idea in their head that, oh yeah, at this time, roughly speaking, Chronogo's going to go live with a mod stream. Pretty cool. It happens every single day, like clockwork, sort of. Because sometimes I'm late and sometimes I'm on time. Hello, Polo Destro Killy. I think that's your name. Welcome. How are you? Alright, so... I've been putting off working on the custom AI for the individual maps for a while now. And the reason for it is essentially there's like two schools of thought here, as far as I can tell. Like I'm basically standing at a crossroads of what to commit to right now, as far as the time goes. And one of those things is committing to working on the AI. Now the problem is that the Melee AI is not finished. A lot of the functions, for example, the upgrades, and like the upgrades are really big offenders of over-engineered complex code that I threw together because I needed a solution at the time. I would really like to refactor them to make them take up less space, to make them more efficient in performance, as far as like actual in-game performance. That sort of stuff to me was more important than having like, I mean, just having something was more important than having something that was perfect. So I threw this together, and it works okay, but I could definitely make it more intelligent in that sense. And more safe as well. So like better for performance in game, as far as like the AI player performing better as a player, better in that sense. But I also wanted to make it better in the sense of like just easier to read, takes up less space, isn't as annoying to sift through and make changes to, more modular like the other stuff. And so I don't really know how to go for that without new commands. That's one of the reasons why I proposed, that's the English language word I was looking for, I proposed the upgrade new command as a new command that would really help with this sort of thing. So for example, there's build new, which is what we're getting. iQuire's working on that for right now. Oh shit. Monkey sound. Oh, what's up? Thanks. Right now I'm working on, like, our iQuire's working on the build new command. Eventually we're going to have upgrade new as well, which is going to be a pretty important command for exactly this thing that I'm talking about, improving the upgrade system. But without that command, I can't really do that. Like, I could improve it, but in minor ways that would then eventually just be overtaken by that new command anyway. So it kind of seems pointless to bother with that. What's up, Connor? Do I play a lot of Starcraft? Sort of. I mostly make content. These streams are me producing maps or AI or whatever for my own projects. So they happen every day, pretty much around the same time. As Vic points out, I was late yesterday and today by an hour. But the first time, I don't even remember why I was late yesterday. I think I just overslept or something. I think I had to shower and some other stuff. Today I was like, I didn't even get out of bed until I was supposed to get on stream, but I was awake earlier. So it was just me being lazy. But yeah, proxying and melee, I mean, that is another thing that we definitely could work in. That's for sure. Oh. There we go. Oh, no, it wasn't Rim and Hoop. It was I was watching your video, Ultralisk's video, and looking at Don's map and Kian's map because they both had issues with their stuff, and I was trying to help them out. That's what was happening there. So that, I guess then there's a more legitimate excuse than today. Today was just, whatever. I also couldn't figure out what to eat for a while. It was a big dilemma. Okay. So now we have this. Oop, what the fuck? Macintosh version. Oh no. Get me out. I don't want to play the Macintosh version. Alright, so... Okay. Did not mean to do that, but whatever. So we're going to try to investigate this bug, although Iquare did just send me the updated code that I've got to compile for the plugin. Oh no, he's spinning! I want to see how early this guy takes that expo. My only goal this map is to destroy this man's expansion when he takes it. Which I assume will be his third or something. Hi. Oh. Oh. Hey. Hey, come back. Aha. There he is. You want to scout with like the same worker that finishes your supply structure usually, in my experience. I'm wondering why that guy doesn't bother with taking the base that's right in front of him. I don't know why he goes for the side base. There's less money in it. Oh shit! It's another bot! This time it's writing code! The AI are becoming self-aware. $12, 13 scout? Yeah, I probably scouted a little early this game. Sometimes I'll scout like at 10 though. Or 9 for Protoss. Could have gotten another... Ah! Juked. You fucking piece of shit. Get back here. Get back here and build me my stuff. Trying to wake up here. How's my ally doing? Hey, he's almost got his factories. I was thinking of reversing the nerf to the build cost of comstats. They are 100 minerals now instead of 50. It's not really going to matter that much, though. I think really the biggest issue is the fact that they don't start out with enough energy to scan. So you have to build them ahead of time. I think that's probably the biggest problem at this point. Hey, I'm supposed to need an armory for the Cobra Dogs, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Epic Gamer Z21, get out of my chat. You fuck. Alright. Think this is enough Marines? We're gonna have to wait for it to finish, though. Hi. Mwah. Oh, he hasn't even taken the base yet. He's slacking. Hey, dude, wake up. Oh. You better get back here. What's up, Mutas Dozen? How you doing? Hey, what's wrong with this picture? Ahmeds are not on the front lines. Ranked. More depot boy. That's my depot boy right there. Hey! That's what you get for... Aha, here we go. He's taking it. He's taking the bait. We've got him. Yeah, so far so good. I actually turned my AC off. Over here it's a little more on the warm side than it ought to be. Hey, Depot Boy finished. Another one. Hope Foca appreciates the lengths I'm going through to deal with this. Bug report of his. Oh no, I have an Ahmed that doesn't have a home. Ah! Not my depots. Hey, I need those. Follow me. The Pied Piper, by the way. Ah, where are my Ahmeds when I need them? Oh. Oh. Ah, they're going back to my depots. It's okay. There's creep here. You know what that means? Fuck them up. Yeah, fuck that depot. Dude, holy shit. Ahmed was melding through reality there. Oh, fuck. SCV fighting! Hold the line. Alright. That's good. Exactly what we needed. I didn't lose a single unit, by the way. Not even my lone Ahmed. Not even my Mongol Marine. Alright, so Folka confirms Mongoloid? I don't know what to say there. He's a fart smeller. Oh! Fight him! Avenge Ahmed. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Now that I'm done investigating that. Oops. Oh, I looked at iScript Mask and thought it was Iskatu Mask. How confusing. Hey, how many people we got over here anyway? There was at some point somebody who joined the Radman VPN with desktop UU. So, you actually. I think it was because you helped him figure out you gave your input on the scout timing thing. In free-for-alls or team games, I usually end up scouting sooner when I remember to, just because there's more people to scout, so you actually have to. Oh yeah, you like that. I don't even know why he spams it a second time. I think maybe that's when I lose, there's a spotty internet connection or something and it reconnects. I don't know. I don't know why that would be like that. It's pretty fucking funny though. That's his sign-on notice. So if I were to turn him off real quick and then restart him, he says you actually when he's online. I don't know. Again, I have no idea why he says it every now and then. Later on, he just wants to remind me, I guess. Redmond VPN is mostly, I think, used as an opportunity for... Hold on, let's see. I already have the server. So we go to settings. Oh no. I think it's in my network or something. Oops. Oh, I can put my own Discord server in here, I guess. All right. Oh shit, Ultralux wrote a post. I'll have to read that in a second. Hold on. I gotta put my social media in here. Has to be .gg. Why is it spinning my OK? What? Okay. All right, you do that. Anyway, I have no idea. It's used for like remote access and stuff. We'll need to have it set up for all people playing. I don't know about the server part, but yeah, everybody's gonna need to be on the VPN. You don't have to worry about like remote access. That's for like if so, you know, like Team Viewer, sometimes called Teen Viewer. It has it's basically a remote control tech support thing, where basically you allow somebody else to pop in and fix a problem for you. So that's what Radman VPN is probably used for, as like a tech solution for businesses or something. But for us, we don't need to worry about that. So I have all that shit disabled. Oh, Folka must be UU, desktop UU, because he said that he's already in. I was confused. It's fun. It is really useful though, because apparently nobody needs to be able to like have their ports forwarded. Holy shit! I turned into Elmo Fudd. Forwarded. Nobody needs to have their ports forwarded in order to host games. So you just connect on the network. It's pretty fucking cool. I think that like it doesn't have to be me around or you know, all that stuff. Like DF doesn't have to host the game, for example, or whatever. Yeah, no, that's an Elmer Fudd thing. If you've never seen Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, Shh, I'm hunting wabbits. Unfortunately, I can't do that voice anymore because Necron's like meme voice that I do for him is sort of similar to that voice, and in my head, I've overwritten Elmer Fudd's voice profile that I used to be able to pull off an impression of with that one, so it's over. I can never do it again. Anyway, I forget what I was doing or saying right now. I was trying to respond to something. Oh yeah, I was trying to respond to Ultralisk's point. Hold on, I gotta open up a new notepad file for this. Okay. Here's my response to your response. Thanks for the thought-provoking answer. What's up, Alexander? What's up, Polka? I haven't missed your question, Veek. I was actually going to respond to it just now. Quite restrictive, since I'll just fucking read to late game. Oh yeah, you were responding to what I was saying. Who is this moon speaker? Wow, that's rude. Changed my name to Fart Smelling. I like that. Okay. All right. So you said what makes a strong personality for a character? So there's a couple of different ways you can attack that, because in some cases a personality is something as basic as like, I mean, you could just think of like a personality trait. Personality in my mind is like it's almost like answering a question, who are you as a character? And, or like what would you expect from that character in a certain situation? So answering this question is really important because it helps you, it sort of like automatically gives you a framework or first draft, a mental first draft in your head of what a character might do in a certain situation. So you posit a situation, and if you really understand your character, you put your character in that situation, and you already have some idea of what they would do and how they would react and what their game plan might be and all that stuff. So when you look at, for example, Ahmed. Take Ahmed, for example. Ahmed is a fucking lunatic, but there is a bit of a rhyme to his reason, right? He's a kind of a simple guy, actually, at the end of the day. He's just a really weird, like, absurdist comedy type person. And you know, he doesn't really necessarily have a sense of humor. Like, you don't really... The only time he laughs is after he's like, somebody's cracked like a pun, like somebody made a really bad pun or something, and he goes, haha, you could say that again, or something. Like, that's the only time you really see him laugh. It's just that comedy happens around him, and so he's like a force for comedic power. And so he's an agent that sort of brings about comedy. And when you have a situation where Ahmed is hanging out, and say like you come up with a situation off the top of your head, like Ahmed is hanging out with his newfound buddies at the drinking salon, right, at the fucking cowboy booze hound bar. And so he's hanging out with some cowboys at a bar, and he's like, y'all got any chicken around here? Because that's, you know, Ahmed loves chicken. And so like that's his first question is, where's the chicken? I mean, Ahmed's very consistent in that sense. He's always looking for the chicken. So that's what he first thinks. And then you can sort of imagine in a situation, all right, we have Ahmed. He's looking for chicken. Here's where he is. Here's where the chicken is. We know Ahmed will do anything to get to the chicken. You know, we know Ahmed can do anything to get to the chicken because he's an unwitting deity who brings about great change into the universe whenever he decides it's time to do stuff. And so, as a result of that, who knows what would happen as a result of that? So, like, we instantly have some idea, some mental framework to write a story about Ahmed in a bar with a bunch of cowboys looking for some chicken. So maybe the cowboys want to protect their chicken. Maybe the cowboys also want some chicken, but there's some evil Protoss that have denied them the power of the chicken, because they know that the chicken is an artifact of a great race. And who knows what would happen if it was fallen into the wrong hands. And maybe Ahmed's hands are those wrong hands. I mean, we don't really know. And so, in some cases, the personality of a character can even inform the decisions you make as far as the writing goes of the surrounding environment that they're in. It's very rare that you'll have pre-built in your head a situation and then say, pick a character out of a box of characters that you have, like Ahmed, and throw them into that situation. Usually you have some premise that's kind of vague, but you want to work with it. Like, there's some ex-Confederates that are trying to hold out in a installation that's being ravaged by Zerg, and the Sons of Korhal have already ascended into the Dominion, and they're not sending them any help because they're fucking Confederates, so who gives a fuck about them, right? It's like, maybe that's a premise you want to go with. Okay, and then, you know, what character are we going to throw in here? Should it be a character that you already know? Is it going to be a new character that you're going to introduce? And then when you start to figure out what character you want, you try to develop that character and figure out what they would do and why they would do that in this certain situation. That's usually how it goes, more so than like the other way, where you already know your premise and you already know your character, and you're going to link the two together, and just, you know, you're not going to have to do much rewriting because you already know what's going to happen. That's pretty rare. So this is like sort of a roundabout way of answering the unasked question, which is like, how would we go about improving, or how would we go about writing a character that would be useful in an RTS context, which I assume is what kind of environment you're talking about. So a character with a personality that is strong is a character that you can just identify by their actions and by all sorts of different mannerisms that would be unique to them. So you have like speech, obviously, like dialogue, how they talk in the voice acting, but also their word choice, when they choose to speak, that sort of thing. So, hey, Ultralisks is here. Check that out. And so, yeah. What makes a strong personality? Being able to identify a character based off of some stuff that is not their nameplate, and being able to tell what they would do without actually having any writing to go off of. Giving yourself some understanding of what they might do. If that makes any sense. So to link it back to the Ahmed example, I know what Ahmed would do before I even know what the situation is. And it's not because he's always looking for chicken. It's because I know that character very well. And so I know, like, give me a situation, I would be able to tell you what Ahmed would do that would be in line with his character, because I understand his character. That would also, there's a bunch of options that might be in line with his character but wouldn't work well for an RTS. If the premise itself wouldn't work well for an RTS, then I would just dismiss the premise. But if the premise could work for an RTS, like Ahmed was leading a band of cowboys, and they were mining some resources in order to afford chicken, and then their opponents were trying to stop them from buying chicken, then that's a premise that could work for an RTS, because you've set up a conflict and you've also set up the ground rules for making it an RTS story. And so then I could tell you what Ahmed would do and where he would go, and what would happen in that situation. And my answer to that question would be something that could work for an RTS, instead of it being a situation where, like, okay, the answer's there, but it doesn't work for an RTS. You know what I mean? I wonder what Ahmed would do. Yeah, exactly. That's a line from my brother's birthday project. So I think you could abstract away a lot of the specific things that are meant to be an individual, and you could use it for a faction or a unit. It's like try to consider what the personality of look at a custom unit, right? The Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is sort of like when you hear the voice acting and you actually internalize the lines, the dialogue that are being spoken, right? The dialogue lines. It's supposed to be this, like, celebration of Protoss in a way. It's supposed to be a unit that's, like, very proud to be Protoss, very condemning of heretics and those who subvert the good things about the Protoss race, which doesn't mean Dark Templar, by the way. It just means, like, Aldaris or whatever, stuff like that. And so, they're very devoted to the cause of the Protoss, right? They're very much like a proud Protoss warrior, and that's like a foundation for their personality, if you will. Now, you could say that that's the case for all of the Protoss units, but it's not as played up in a lot of their unit responses. So one of the things that you try to build with a new unit is, when you write the unit responses, you want them to be more than just basic acknowledgments of what the player has ordered. Like, if the player has selected them, you want it to be more than Hierophant ready, and you want it to be more than Hierophant moving when the unit is ordered to move, because there's no personality there. It's literally just saying the unit's name and then what the order was, or what the state of the unit is. Stuff like that. So I think the fact that Blizzard included pissed off lines in their unit responses was a great way to encapsulate this, because even though it's very rare that you would have time to activate the pissed off lines in a competitive game of Melee or a competitive an RTS campaign map that was actually competing for your time, insofar as you had to react to the enemy's movements and attack them and take them seriously. in a situation where you're actually playing the game, you would never experience that, but most people have played the campaign and accidentally experienced one or two of those pissed off lines. And so many people are actually familiar with what those lines are and how that works, and like what those how those have colored the personality, right? And the other thing that Blizzard did is in their campaigns, they actually delivered lines from units, which maybe it was fairly commonplace on the RTS genre. I can't remember if that has happened too often. I think in Command & Conquer it happened more than a few times. So, like, it's not groundbreaking stuff per se in either of these cases, but the fact that they included them meant that you have some idea of what the personality of the Marine is, right? It's kind of a no-nonsense guy, but also kind of a hick in space. And so while he's taking his job seriously, at the same time, he's like ready to belt out a holler when he's victorious, or when they've just smoked a Zergling or something. You know, he's like, hell yeah, you know, he's just happy to be there. He's happy to be on the front lines and not be dead. Which maybe doesn't make any sense when you consider the lore of StarCraft, because the lore is in stark contrast to the personality of the units, because I'm pretty sure Marines are convicts or something. And so the idea that they'd be like very like reveling in the successes of their military campaigns while also being like in service to the people who have put them in jail is kind of strange. I don't quite get that. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a that's one where you kind of have to. I think it's better to build the personality before you build the lore in most cases, because the lore usually doesn't impact the player's direct understanding of things. But when you have a personality in mind, and you can edit it, obviously, you can redraft it in some cases, but when you have a personality in mind for a unit or a hero or a character or whatever, a faction, an entire faction, when you have that personality in mind, it gives you an understanding of what kind of character you're dealing with, what kind of unit you're dealing with. And that will, excuse me, that will allow you to essentially, like, you'll know if it works in an RTS context, basically. I look slimer. Oh, slimmer. What's up, Tudor? Maybe I do. You can only see my face. So yeah, forget where I was going with that. But basically, if you get the personality down before you bother worrying about what's the history and backstory of this faction or unit, or character or whatever, that can be much more defining for the experience of the not only the person who's going to be consuming the product and eventually, like the player, but it's also really, really good for explaining to yourself what that character is and grounding it in your mind, and eventually you'll build a character that you are familiar with in the same capacity that I'm familiar with Ahmed or something. Like, you know, okay, well, I know this character inside and out. I know what they're looking for. I know what they're aspiring to become. That sort of stuff. So. Anyway, I don't know if that's been particularly helpful, but well, you definitely can do that. So if it's like a unit that's a zealot or a legionnaire, and you know, the legionnaire is meant to be like almost more bloodthirsty than the zealot is, like less disciplined. The subtext being that they were almost like they were willingly conscripted in that sense, and they were not given as much training or as high quality equipment, which is why they're less expensive and more spammable. And like that's sort of the subtext of the unit, and that's where like I'm using the personality of the unit and the balance, the gameplay effect of the unit to inform. Well, I'm using the gameplay to inform the personality, but I'm using both of them to inform like the lore or backstory that doesn't ever need to be established in the context of like a dialogue line expositing where they came from or what the legionnaires actually were, if they were just regular citizens beforehand or what. All it needs to do is give some justification for their existence within the lore to me as the developer. If I know, based on my experience with this unit, why they exist and what their, you know, intended use is or whatever, that will give me a better understanding of like how to actually provide value through them, in a sense. So it definitely can be helpful if you restart the if you resume the development of a unit after you've figured out its personality and what its gameplay role is. Like, if you wait until that point to worry about the unit responses and maybe the custom graphic in your head that you want for it and stuff like that. What's up, UD Commander? Well, what I was saying to Ultralisks is just that I don't think nobody's actually said that to me. The feedback I've gotten is that people are more interested in my take on the race with all the changes than the original take. And maybe that's just a group of yes men or whatever. I'm not ruling out the idea that it could be something to that effect, but even people who I trust to have decently high quality standards have said as much, so. Oops. Something I meant to do. I like a Duran Narud plot twist. There is no plot twist. I don't know what you mean. Have you seen the error that they're talking about right now? UED Commander? They're having some pretty big problems with the Radman stuff. I almost called it Narud. I'm also pretty sure Ultralisks can host, but... I could be wrong there. Debating whether or not to add ramps to this area. He's been trying to do so through the Radman VPN for a while. It just has not been working out as well as they had hoped. Playing with Ultralisk, by the way. Has to be 3. It's always 3. I can't believe it's been done that way. How embarrassing. I'm wondering why there would be any errors with just loading it up through the VPN in the first place. Also, why the fuck does he not want to take the space? Oh, no wonder he doesn't want to take this space. Lard strikes again. Let's see what Veek's able to do for you guys. What would I do here? What would Ahmed do? Request timed out in Radman? Waiting for adapter response. What's up, Patrick? I guess they're playing. I'm just looking up some tech shit for to try to help with the VPN thing that I've put together. Weird that it works for some people and not others, though. But yeah, it looks like if you install the server, it's supposed to essentially, it's supposed to allow Radman to connect. Oh yeah, let me check my network adapter. Yeah, my Radman VPN thing is enabled in network connections, so maybe Luciferius, you could take a look at that. Make sure it wasn't disabled by something. Well, is your Radman thing on? Haha, I pinged Veek. Ultralisks and Folka were trying to play through Radman, and they could not. One of them would lag out. Basically, they would drop, and nobody seems to know why they were doing that. And then, yeah, sorry, I just sorry. Don't worry about it. So basically, two clients are not being synchronized. I'm not sure if just installing the server itself is really that useful or what, but... Right. But all you guys had to do was install it. You didn't have to configure it or run it in a different way. Oh, that's what it looks like for you. On, waiting for adapter response. For how long? Sometimes we did notice that there was like a lag spike for somewhere between 10 and 30 seconds. It dropped you from the server, you had to reconnect again. And what was the process for doing that? You just had to turn this thing on again? Or what? Epic. Oh, okay. I've never heard of Zero Tier 1. Next time, try to be more specific about your shit. Wait, what do you mean? Alright. Dude, what the fuck is this album, and why does it have out of tune whatever the fuck is going on? Stop it. Jesus Christ, that's infuriating. I like the rate of installation here. Oh, there you go. I figured it out. So Zero Tier 1 worked in a similar fashion, Veek. I'm trying it out. Well, we'll see what happens after this. Is there something else I wanted to fix about it? Wait, add cover to... Good one. Why is create and join network a thing that's grayed out? This program does not seem to be assembled correctly here. I don't know about that one. That's pretty weird. I have actually no clue what is up next here, but I'm supposed to be testing something for iQueer, so when I get back from my bathroom break, I'll do that, and hopefully we can also figure out this this zero tier shit, which you can't see because it's behind my webcam. So, BRB. Hi. Yeah, that's what Luciferius said to do. He said that when he reinstalled it, it worked. I have no idea why that would be the case. It shouldn't be. Okay, so I am now going to try to get this thing pipelined. Oh, Veek wasn't even in there. Rude. Oh, nice. I'm going to start working on some base layouts. Right, yeah. Nope, that has not happened in my experience. Maybe the Zerg had no money. Really, really hard to say because there's so many different variables. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, well, maybe what happens is that they have too many requests or something. There's so many different things that it could be, so it's hard for me to say. But we can all agree that the Zerg are not tactical geniuses. Definitely need to be smarter. I like the idea of them trying to play. Some of the old Hydra maps with the new AI and not any other changes. That would be pretty epic. End chain when? I don't know. That involves... I could do a version that doesn't involve all of the tech tree changes that were initially planned. But. Or at least starts out with that, you know? What, Nemesis hammer time? Hammer falls? It would just be Hammerfall. The name that is. The problem with Nemesis Chain is that in theory it would require like a bunch of tech tree changes to include all of the custom UED shit, which I'm not really that... I don't think it's really that important to do that. But listen, when Hydra ends up having more extenders and stuff, as Icor points out, we're going to be seeing a lot of really wacky shit, just so you know. Not only will we have finished Hydra stuff, but we'll have like extra races and tech trees in all of my map crafts. And why is Icor avoiding your hopes? Or how is he? Yeah, true. Should we do another time limit one, similar to Full Toilet and Mapperino? Should we do fucking Hydra crap? Just very self-aggrandizing. Just make a big-ass project for 2 months. Spend 2 months working on a Hydra Reno. Spend 2 months working on a Hydra map. That would be so stupid. Then Iquare and I can band together. I mean, it doesn't even need to be a public contest where more people join in or whatever. Honestly, just saying, all right, at this point, we're going to spend two months working on this map and updating this stuff and working with this shit, you know? So I would be down to do that, actually, if Iquare was also down to do it. And I guess DF as well, if he was interested in doing some art stuff or whatever. I have a piece of... I have some hair dangling in front of my glasses. I think I got it. No? Maybe it was on my glasses? Okay, I got it. Oh, that's what you mean. Listen, he's working on his own project. He's working on Hydra. He's working on new AI stuff. Okay? Leave him alone. Leave my Iquare alone. Yeah, I mean, the relics will... we will use relics. For sure. So. I might be assembler, but I have no idea how to program. We'll be learning that. Don't worry. Hey, it's been forever since I've actually done... base layouts. The thing with Hammerfall is I don't even know what we would end up doing. I guess we would have Sons of Korhal, Protoss, and Zerg as the enemies, and it would just be a giant FFA similar to Stormborn. Yeah, I'm really just slapping this together really quickly for the sake of it. I guess they need starport requests as well. Oh, I scrapped the academy placement. But yeah, I'm sure as far as the base layout is concerned, we'll have opportunities for improvements to the setup. Yeah, I play some bot matches every now and then. Is it something that's piqued your interest once again? Oops. Every now and then it gets suggested, but it's usually only by dawn. Everybody else is more interested in playing Starcraft. But I'm sure, there will be times for it to shine again. So let's just make sure that this works here. Oh, I didn't bother putting in supply depot requests or whatever it's called. The supply depot. Oops. Base layouts. How many melee maps do we have by now? So I've got a 6-player one that I made, Kakadu Port. I've got Don is working on one. Balefell's working on an 8-player map. He already made an 8-player map, but pretty much everybody agrees at this point it's a little too big. So he's working on a smaller one that will that'll just end up taking that map's place. What else? Yeah, there are a couple of 4-player maps that people have made. Balethal made a decent 4-player one that was Moonlit Outpost. So there's that. Alright. Song's losing me already. So, not that many, honestly. I was thinking I should try to make another map that's of the caliber of Kakadu Port, because that map seems to be pretty solid, based on what people have said, and while playing it, and just how frequently it's been played. But there's also not a great selection right now, so over time we'll see more and more maps being made that work as a high caliber stuff. Don made a bunch, but we've only tested one of his, which is the desert one, which I think is his only 4-player map. He made a 2-player map at some point as well. Wow, I have exactly the right number of layouts. That was Don made a 1v1 map, but that was it. That's the only one that we have. Another problem is that the tile set, not all tile sets have the right set of ramps, right? There. Yeah. Is the AI, is this being commented out or something on translation? Maybe I have the wrong syntax. I'm missing something. So it looks like either the... Hold on. Oh, I see. There's... We can't have a space between here. So it looks like, Veek, the changes that you made to say that you know, people wouldn't have to put the space in between, or put a comma in between, did not take into effect for new layout. Though maybe you were talking about a different command. At least I think that's what's happening here. It's not that you need commas. You need a comma with no space. Oh, it's still not working anyway, so... I think the relics will remain the same. Maybe the numbers will be different. But all right, so the block is being called, but they're not assigning it for whatever reason. Oh. It's because the alias is fucked. It's supposed to be new underscore layout, not new layout, all one word. So the layout alias is supposed to be new layout. There we go. Hi. Hey, you think they need gas or something? Hey, that's rude. Well, he still managed to annihilate a single player by himself. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not long for this world. 1v9. See a nerd? I don't know what you could do to fix that, though. I think it has to be player-specific, right? Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe you could read the DAT requirements from the game instead of the unit? Like match unit ID, read data requirements, instead of matching the unit specifically. But well, when we're talking about if rec, it's saying like, do I have the requirements to build this right now? If and in that case, I'm. Oh, okay, yeah. So that program not being open source is a big problem. Yeah, it seems like we're gonna need to focus on that tool pretty soon. Haha, you got fucking stuck, idiot. I saved you. You're welcome. The Vulture opener is so devastating for the bio play over here. I like that they built 3 engineering bays, by the way. Classic AI. Player need is so broken and so fucking... Like, the idea behind it is great, but it's so useless in its current implementation. Hi. How are you? I mean, we could just manually put in... It's something that would increase speed, basically. And not much else. Hi. Here, I'll scout. Oh, fuck. Mutalisks. Unupgraded Mutalisks! Oh, shit! Scary world out there, man. Oof. How unfortunate. They almost expanded. Hi. Dude, look at this one tank. Scouting with my tank, by the way. Hi. How embarrassing. What kind of fucker are you, dude? Build some Goliaths. Oh, you got a rate. Yes. Excellent usage. Dude, Zaz is wrecking shit, man. Holy fuck. Meanwhile, look at all these units that could save you. Yeah, just you keep on going, man. Fuck them up. Critical danger. Oh shit! Gorn strikes back over here too. Hi. Utter devastation. What do you mean a threshold? See you, nerd. Oh, fuck. Where are they going? Oh, they're going into a spider mine. Now they have no idea what to do. There's nothing left on the map. Melee AI does, yeah. Well, clearly Zerg can be competent. No, they won't. They are really dumb. They just spin around them. It's only critters. It's like a hard-coded unit ID thing. Dude, why is Windows so fucking broken all the time? So that fix did not really help at all. I thought maybe if I waited until they were under attack to call that command, it would work, but it is not that useful. Setting it to 0, maybe it does make it so that they spend more money on defenses, but it clearly did not make them, call back their attack forces. Melee AI seems to be incapable of doing that. We expand this functionality and make it attack all vulnerable neutral units. Well, the thing is, it needs to be way more intelligent than that. It needs to path around them until they're destroyed, and it needs to only destroy them when it makes sense. Making them just attack it normally is not going to help. If anything, it would hurt the early attacks, because those early attacks will target neutral units instead of actual units, which is pretty stupid. Well, yeah, of course. Just gotta reverse engineer the entire game, dude. SMH. I think we need that anyway for other things. But we also needed, we need a hook for them. What's the thing that they do right now that we need a fix for? We need them to not path into... We need them to treat buildings as objects to path around, like doodads. We should also do the same thing for, like, sieged tanks and that sort of thing. Hey, if we do that building thing, though, it will fix it. Like, if you guys remember, it was possible to, like, wall off the AI so that they'll just spin around trying to get to your units behind the base when you wall off. Whereas if you wall off and they can treat buildings as terrain, they'll just try to drop you or find another path around. I still think maybe if there's a lot of anti-air present or something, instead of them trying to roll in and with a bunch of transports, they should probably just focus down the walls. But that would at least be a nice fix for that. Right, yeah. It sure is. We need a lot of hooks, man. Okay, so I did that base layout stuff. I don't know if that's really that useful for you, iQuare. It's only for one player. I'm reading up on some Rust right now. I guess I should move over to the other workstation for that. Probably restart this. So what's some basic shit I can do right now in the next hour or so that I have before I have to get ready for work? That would be helpful if I did it properly. Looking through our DMs real quick. Hey, maybe I can fix some of these errors or warnings. I don't know if that would be helpful per se, nor do I know how to really fix them, but... Oh, here you go. You sent me some stuff. I guess I'll bring this notepad over. Actually, I don't even think I need that now that I think about it. Since it's an ID, I think it's a U32, but I'm not sure. What's up, Don? We should definitely fix that. I mean, we have to attack add sunken colony so that the drone moves over and builds it. So we gotta. I mean, maybe we'll do a different command entirely, but. So I'm not sure if this function returns anything. I think it just does stuff. So in that case, it probably wouldn't need a return of a U32, but I'm not sure. I would like to see that, actually. Define some variables. I've probably fucked something up already, but it's okay. Gotta learn somehow. Tighten up the mic. Mike! So here we have if flags do not include borrowed. Why are you doing that? Is it so that we can fix attack move issues for AI? I'm trying to write a hook for end invisibility. Yeah, yeah. That's why at some point we gotta come up with some time to do that. I gotta figure out what the flag. So I guess it would be... How did this stuff work again? I don't remember. So I guess unit dot flags would be it. And I forget what does not include would be in Rust. I guess so maybe it's just that. Then I gotta figure out what flag is borrowed. There we go, we figured it out. 0x10. The fuck? Huh. Must be why bunkers are always fucking empty. Or one of the many reasons why, I guess. Oh, man. I really want to see command centers landing on lurkers, though. That'll be epic. Alright, so I've written in a function definition for play sound from source. I don't know if that's actually what's going to be useful here. In this case, we're feeding it the A2, A1. So we're Hexrays feeds the functions in all of this stuff backwards. I assume we have to do that here too. I don't remember though. So it feeds the arguments to the functions in reverse order. So in this case, we're doing is owner? Oh, no. I guess it would be player ID. Let's take a look. Just player. But where are they getting local nation ID from? Okay. Well, I'm definitely doing this stuff in an inefficient manner, but at least I'm porting the hex rays into the hooks file, so Icor can tell me what I need to do as my next step later on. The fuck? I just need to find the address of this. Well, I have no idea then. What do you mean by new funk call? I'm adding them to whack funks since we don't have hooks for these. I've added 2 of them already. How do I jump from pseudocode into a function? Do you know? Unload unit is there in ModRS? No, I don't see an unload unit. Let me search for this. No, it isn't. I can add it though. Yeah, so I double click on update and it, or sorry. Yeah, so I double click and it shows source code. It shows pseudocode. I can't jump to its actual address in the assembly. So I'm not sure how to get from here to the assembly offset. For these functions. Well, so I'm trying to figure out where the instruction is, where it starts, so I can figure out what the... like, what to put into ModRS with the new... Well, it doesn't. It jumps me to pseudocode for the function. It doesn't jump to the address in the assembly. Yeah. Oh, right here? Oh. 497E80. Aha! I found it. Okay. No, I got it. Thank you. Just make sure this isn't anywhere else. Yeah, this is not in here. (498A90). So I need to go to Heinerman's list for this one because it's not in here. Four nine eight nine zero. Yeah, that's the one. And this is okay. And then we need to use hex rays to figure out what it is. It looks like it's A1 EDI, and it's a sprite. Yeah, that's what I found. Okay. This? All right. Oh. 498170. Let's show him it is hidden by click. Oh, okay. Figured that one out already, I guess. And then the status files. So that one's done. So then we have remove cloak drop funds. So that's what that is. And then this one down here is the So we have this. Update spread images for cloak. I'm not actually sure. Is that is the one that I picked. And so we have unit flags equals I think that's the right number of characters here. Yeah. There was Mike? Where? All right, I think we've started things off here with resumed our Rust education. I'm surprised how much I remembered, even though obviously I don't think I forgot anything. So I guess I'm surprised that I remembered everything that I knew. It's just that I don't know that much. Cool. Epic. Well, before the embarrassment sets in, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Didn't end up shipping any significant changes. Let's see. What I will say is... So I will ship this update real quick, but... All right. So I just put that version up. Hopefully nothing horrible happens as a result of it existing. He just said his time zone is fraud. All right. How much time we got? Oh, a little bit of time. Run through a quick game, I suppose. I'll host this on over the LAN in case anybody else wants to pop in. All right. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Look at Mike. I'll hop into voice chat. You.
Okay, I will have to mute the stream. One sec. Okay.
You can just hear me twice. W.
No. I'm ready.
Looks like you're the only one. You and you will have an AI ally.
Are you observing or
No,
playing?
I'll play.
Okay.
I'll see a nerd.
Destroyed. I don't have any units rendered.
Oh yeah, we got that bug again. So maybe it's the game mode. Here, hold on. I'll make a quick version of the map. I don't know why that happens sometimes. It's very weird. I'll just set the bottom
I had
team.
that bug with Connor when we were trying to play Fighting Spirit, I think.
Yeah, for some reason, if you use like, at least top versus bottom does it. Maybe free for all and melee do it too. I don't know. It's some bug with the computer control switch because it sets like the human players to computers.
Oh, so I just became a computer.
Yes, you became part of the simulation. All right, game's up again. What's up, Connor? You joining us for a comp stomp? Gonna have to grab the latest version of the EXE. If you are. And I got like a half an hour, so it'll have to be an actual stomp. Ah, I see. Okay. Oh, you're I just realized we're supposed to be user select, but we have pre-placed stuff on the map and use map settings. So if you want to be Protoss, I would move to the third slot with the double gas.
So I have to be first, or
You have to be third, yeah.
okay.
All right, and then you can set yourself to Protoss, and then we should be good. If all goes well. Let's see if it drops us again.
I read you. Order scout.
So far, so good.
I read you.
I've even made a good split.
Yeah. I don't know what that looks like.
Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Orders received. SCV good to go, sir. Roger that.
Oh, wait, it is user select. What the fuck? They're Protoss over there. Maybe I was lying.
Right away, sir. I read you.
That's weird. I thought that because if it was UMS, the pre-placed units would be there.
Additional supply
But
depot
instead-
required.
Oh yeah, but when you have user select, then they are deleted,
Orders received.
as far as I know.
Yeah, that's
Orders received.
pretty epic, honestly.
SCV good to go, sir.
I'm a fan of that move.
I read you. Orders, Captain. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Orders received. Yes, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. I can't build there.
Alright.
Orders,
We got some barracks. Are you going a particular build? I don't even know what our allies' build is. I can't tell yet.
I will build some dragons with range, I
Job
think.
finished.
And then maybe switch to legionnaires.
Orders, Captain.
Oh, okay.
SCV good to go, sir. I read you. Job finished. Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain.
I'll scout out after this barracks. I'll just scout now.
Right away, sir.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Give me something to shoot.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Job finished. SCV good to go, sir. Affirmative. Job finished. Orders, Captain.
Not enough minerals. Not
Right
enough
away, sir.
minerals.
I'm not sure if I should grab dragon first or the range. But I grab the range first.
I read you.
What's the good with the range if you can't, or what's the range good for if you can't
Add-on complete.
use it? SMD.
You want a piece of me, boy?
I forgot escalations are free. Pretty epic.
Job finished.
Not enough minerals. Your forces are under
Oh no,
attack.
Zerg here. Orange is Zerg.
Orders, Captain. Piece of me, boy. Affirmative.
I think purple is too, or maybe not.
Right away, sir.
Yeah, I'm checking middle now.
I read you. Piece of me, boy. Roger that.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Actually,
Your
purple is
forces are under
done.
attack.
SCV good to go, sir.
It's building an energy bear for some reason.
Affirmative.
Who?
You want a piece of me, boy?
Purple.
Oh, he's not Zerg?
Me, boy.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Orders, Captain. Orders received. Report for duty. Roger that.
Maybe he's building an engineering bit because he's epic.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, he's building two engineering bits.
I will help blue push.
Good to go, sir. I read you. Jacked up and good
Okay. I'll kill the Zerg, I guess.
Go, go, go. Outstanding. Job finished. Go, go, go.
I'll start from this side.
SCV good to go, sir. Piece of
He probably wanted the turtle like Don would do.
Hey, look. Brown and blue are spinning on the crash battle cruisers.
Additional supply depots required.
Yeah, I'm too.
Orders received. Right away, sir. Piece of me, boy. Orders, Captain. Right
Not
away,
enough
sir.
minerals. Not enough minerals.
Orders received.
Unit awaiting input. Systems hibernating. Direct unit. Unit responding. Movement in progress.
Job
Unit
finished.
item.
Let's move.
Direct unit. Systems hibernating. Unit awaiting input. Unit responding. Order accepted.
I could have saved way more Marines there, but unfortunately I am dumb. Oh, I already
Your
sent
forces are
Go
under
ahead,
attack.
use
Enough
me.
minerals.
Shaman status operational.
Roger that.
Unit item.
SCV
Oh shit, I lost my shit.
you want a piece of me, boy?
Not enough minerals. forces are under enough minerals.
Orders received.
How is this guy still alive?
Your forces are under attack.
Guys.
System.
I need fog actually for
And
Kill
Brown
that.
has some units. It looks like.
quality.
System. Hydra. Order accepted.
How rude.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Um,
For duty.
blue is spinning.
Yeah.
Research
What did you
complete.
expect?
Upgrade complete.
I'm getting killed. Lost all my men to orange.
I read you. Reporting for duty.
Your forces are under attack.
It's okay, I can kite with one marine.
Go, go, go. Let's move.
Oh, never mind. I suck too much.
Yeah, I would make some engineers for you. I might be right there.
There's a little too many units over here, I think.
I can go back, I guess, with me going to do.
Base is under attack.
Roger that. Reporting for duty. Roger that. Orders received. Affirmative.
See you later, Connor.
Upgrade
Good to
complete.
go, sir. Job finished.
Listen, they are legion.
Not enough minerals.
Wait, sir.
Not enough minerals. Forces are under attack.
Reporting for duty.
Fight for freedom.
Wait, sir.
Standing by, Commander. Boots on the ground. Bring me to him. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Reconning.
Epic. 4 kill Cyprian, dude.
Sir.
Never before seen.
Job finished.
Nice.
Orders, Captain. Job finished. I can't build there. Roger that.
So where can I
For
expand?
freedom.
Not enough
What'd you say?
minerals. Not enough minerals.
I have to scout my next expansion because I
Not
don't
enough
know.
minerals. Not enough minerals.
Good to go, sir.
Fight for freedom.
Yeah, I will get the teleport upgrade.
Yes, sir. Roger that. SCP good to go, sir.
Thankfully, I was able to set up an expansion without dying.
Not enough minerals.
I've stolen an expansion from blue.
Add-on.
Just wanted to expand here.
For freedom.
Yeah. Well, you know what that means. It's probably going to build the Nexus next to it.
Job finished.
He didn't actually.
Well, he's out of money right now. Just wait. Give it some time.
Not enough minerals.
Fight for freedom.
Alright, I hope they don't have any air units because I have pretty much no anti-air right now.
Okay, I will kill him. He's broke. Easy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
Fight for freedom.
I should make more gateways.
I'm waiting. Where they at? Operation.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Bring me to him.
Now both of the crash battle cruisers are on the high ground.
Additional supply depots required.
Reporting.
Oh yeah, he actually expanded here.
Orders received.
Where?
Right away, sir.
Oh, he's bullying Brown's expansion.
Reconning.
Additional supply depots required.
I should blue wants me that now.
Build there.
Feeling he's cool.
Job finished.
You might have to
Your
sacrifice the
forces are
unit.
under attack.
My forces are under attack. That's true.
Boots on the ground. Systems Bring me to him. Speaking truth to power.
I have to pay money.
Yeah, I need way more barracks
Affirmative. Job
and units.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, I will put
I'm
this
waiting. Where they at?
orders, Captain. Roger that.
Bring me to him. Systems hibernating. Boots on the ground. Fight for freedom.
Aha, the teleportation field is activated.
Let's blow this popsicle stand. Boots on the ground. Bring me to him. Unit responding.
Your forces are under attack.
Fight for freedom.
Alright, well that's unfortunate.
Standing by, Commander. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Upgrade complete.
Only two of you.
Oh fuck! Hey, get out of here, you're not in the game.
Speaking truth to power. We're moving.
That guy should have gotten adrenal glands.
Oh, nice teleport.
To power.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Fight for freedom.
I like it.
Reconning.
I definitely need more upgrades, holy shit.
Status operational. Standing by, Commander.
I need more principalities.
I read you. Reporting for duty. You want a piece of me, boy?
Fight for freedom.
Research complete.
Fight for freedom. Boots on the ground. Shaman status
Additional supply
operational.
depots
Orders
required.
received. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir. Job finished.
Alright.
Bring me to him.
Hitting brown
For
next.
freedom. We're moving. Boots on the ground. Let's blow this.
Yeah, Cyprians are pretty good against mecha, I think.
Your
So you have
forces are
changed
under
them?
attack.
Shaman status operational.
What, Cyprians?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're longer range and normal damage now, but they're much squishier.
Add-on complete.
Nice.
I read you.
So I actually can attack my own units to teleport legionnaires.
That's intentional.
Fight
Not
for
enough
freedom.
minerals.
It's so that you
Yes,
can
please.
make some weird micro escape if you needed to.
Freedom.
Michael, you are
Oh fuck! Why is everybody in here if they're not playing?
Shaman
Don't you have
status
any
operational.
sense of
Not enough minerals. Your forces are
Clash.
under attack.
Yeah, because I moved my enemy.
Yes, well, you're free to request at any time.
free to what?
Standing by,
To
Commander.
request the game.
Request a game.
Boots on the ground.
It's a great house.
Fight for freedom.
I can't hear you guys over whoever's background noise is playing right now.
Reconning. We're moving. Unit awaiting.
The other Russian.
Ah, you.
Add-on complete.
No, it's the other Russian.
Alright.
Your forces are under attack.
Well, now you're silenced. Don't join my game. What's wrong with you?
Other Russian, can you please shut your mic off?
I already shut his mic off for him. For me, anyway.
Your
Oh,
forces
he
are
did.
under
Hey, shut off your mic.
Oh, I don't even have Marine range yet. Classic. I'm Veek now.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground. Reconning.
I'm actually able to spend my money.
Yeah, I'm keeping my money low, thankfully. But it's because I'm on one base.
Your forces are under attack.
Standing by. Outstanding.
Shaman status operational.
And I'm free, actually.
Complete.
Ghost reporting. Give me some of this shit.
Bring me to him. Boots on the ground.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah, these guys are fucking upgraded now.
What is Clarion?
Research.
It's not implemented yet, but it basically is,
Freedom.
it provides a damage
absorb.
absorption.
Oh.
It's damage is shield that is taken by shields is distributed across many units. I don't know why they have clearing. They shouldn't have them. I'll take a look at what might be requested.
Your forces are under attack. Upgrade complete.
Order accepted. Order accepted.
Your forces are under attack. Insufficient Vespine gas. Insufficient Vespine
Of course, I have
gas.
insufficient Vespine gas. I only have 2 bases.
Not enough minerals.
But who needs gas when you have this fucking guy? Look at all his reavers.
Speaking truth to power.
I think the dragon personality is one of the strongest.
Speaking truth to power.
Listen, you say that as your units are warping across the entire battlefield, so I don't want to see it.
Hey, I'm not an AI personality, okay?
True. Let me,
Or maybe I am because I was turned into a critical last game.
Unit height.
I think both the radius of the heal for the shaman and the amount of health healed needs to increase for them to be useful. Because they require a lot of micromanagement and for not a whole lot of
shamans.
games. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, these fuckers.
Actually, if it comes to Legionnaires, I think they have their identity pretty much separated from Zealots at this point.
Yeah, it's they are like way more mobile, but obviously a lot squishier. So it's like, you know, in situations like this where I'm watching your units just warp across the battlefield, they are pretty good if you can't like peel them off of your front line, you know. So,
Upgrade complete.
I think it looks
So will we
pretty
have
psychotic.
any relics that will scale with amount of units or something like that?
What are you talking
don't-
about the relic system?
Yeah.
No, those are going to be applied to champions. So they're going to be like elite units in a sense, but you'll be able to build as many of them as your supply count will allow.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, okay. So it would be actually cool if you would have some
Standing by, Commander.
champion that scales with the amount of legionnaires.
Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of different things that will benefit in that sense. I think it'll be cool. See you, nerds.
GG.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick one. Only not even 20 minutes. So yeah, how do you feel about Legionnaires?
I like them. I'm not sure if they will be too good or too bad, but
It is a little.
they look actually
spooky.
strong right now.
Yeah. It's
Imagine still using melee units in 26th century.
still using what?
Still using you. Why did you delete an account called you?
Are you sure you want to delete you? Well, because this is my account for LAN now. I only use this for like multiplayer testing, but now this is how we actually play multiplayer. So it makes sense to not be named you the entire time.
I actually did the same. I had like my name without a 7, which is like already different than what I have on ICAP, so I changed it.
Aha. So yeah. Well, it's cool that we can still use this Radman thing, even though I guess for some people it's not as of a panacea to the multiplayer issues. But for the people who couldn't play before, like, we're getting somewhere. And maybe those guys will, like Folka and Ultralisk, will have...
Actually, I
some
think
success anyway.
I had less latency than usually.
Oh, yeah. So with
I'm not
Radman,
sure,
it's
but-
almost like... It's not quite as low latency as single player, but it's way closer. At least in my experience so far.
I was actually able to micro dragoons for a while.
Yeah.
So I think it improved a lot.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting for a variety of reasons. I'll definitely be looking forward to when I can rework Cyprian's a second time to be more fitting for a unit that requires an add-on instead of being an escalation. As I'm thinking that right now they, you know how like obviously medics are really, really powerful, so it makes sense for them to require an add-on. Ghosts will eventually be even more strong because of their replacement to lockdown that's still in the works. Where it's going to be I think it's called the lobotomy mine. So it's pretty.
Oh yeah, I was reading the NGS document recently. I saw that.
Yeah, I think that'll be
it's,
really interesting because you can actually throw that instead of it being like vultures need to be on the spot where they're laying the mine, but ghosts can launch it from their rifle. So.
Oh, so it's ranged actually.
It's a ranged arming. Maybe it would make more sense to make it melee, and then they can plant them while they're cloaked or something, so that you can still do stuff like that, safer than vultures have to be. But I figure ranged as a starting point is fine.
It might go really well with the movement speed upgrade you added, I think.
Oh yeah, the somatic implants. That's already implemented, so I think maybe the tooltip might still be wrong, but let's see.
Did you actually understand any of that?
I can't hear him. I told you I had him muted after the first escapade. So if you can translate.
Oh, he is asking about something about Hydra Mod not working in Windows 10.
Here, I'll unmute
I'm not
him.
sure.
What did you say, Ichabod?
I mean, windowed mod doesn't work.
Oh, windowed mode doesn't work. Do you have the windowed mode DLLs from the installation guide?
Wait.
I'll post them in the Hydra channel. All right. So try putting those in your Starcraft directory, the same place where the original Starcraft.exe is. See if that works. All right, well, that is my stream for today. I definitely have to get ready for work, so I will be seeing you guys, later on. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for wanging. Thanks for playing. Thanks for your feedback and discussions and compatriotism. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for yet another modding stream. Bye.